Kevin Owens leaving WWE for Hollywood. John Cena accepts Logan Paul's challenge. Triple Ace plans for Money in the Bank 2023 leaked. WWE bringing back two formerly released stars to work with Bray Wyatt. The Bloodline dubbed the greatest faction of all time. Fierce rival to dethrone Roman Reigns. Let's jump right into it. John Cena accepts Logan Paul's challenge. Multi-time world champion John Cena recently teased the idea of him returning to WWE. He recently took to Instagram to post one of his Stone Cold Steve Austin-inspired graphics. The 16-time world champion's last match in WWE came against Roman Reigns and the Bloodline in a six-man tag team match alongside the Mysterios. Cena has since been absent from the company's programming, with his last appearance coming on the June 27 episode of Raw, where he celebrated his 20th anniversary with the promotion. The graphic, however, consisted of Logan Paul instead of the Texas Rattlesnake. Hence, Cena has suggested that he might indeed return to WWE for a match against the Maverick at WrestleMania 39. This comes mere weeks after reports emerged of the possibility of Cena wrestling a match at the Showcase of Immortals. During a recent edition of his Impulsive podcast, Paul called out Cena, making it known that he wants to face the 16-time world champion at WrestleMania 39. By the looks of it, Cena seems interested in the idea. Following Logan's latest match against Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, he was acknowledged by Cena on social media. The WWE veteran posted a photo of Paul after he came agonizingly close to winning the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. During the latest edition of the Impulsive podcast, Logan Paul claimed that he has already texted Triple H regarding a potential match against John Cena at next year's WrestleMania. The show of shows will take place in Hollywood this year. Therefore, it might be the perfect chance for the leader of the Cenation to make his in-ring return for the first time since SummerSlam 2021. During the podcast, Paul stated that he asked the gang whether he wanted to break the internet again. After Crown Jewel, John Cena posted me on his Instagram, and then I saw an article saying he's looking for an opponent at WrestleMania. I favorited it, responded with the eyes. Truthfully, I think me versus Cena would break the internet. I texted Triple H right away, "Do you want to break the internet again? That's a dream match. WrestleMania in LA on my birthday. Triple A, throw me a bone, give me a birthday present, let me take out John Cena. That'd be crazy." Paul is currently recovering from the injuries he suffered after Crown Jewel, but could be aiming to make a quick comeback after another splendid performance in the ring. It remains to be seen whether a potential match against Cena could be in the works. What do you make of a potential Paul vs. Cena match in WWE? Let us know in the comments section below. Triple Ace plans for Money in the Bank 2023 leak. Money in the Bank is one of WWE's most exciting shows of the year. Latest reports have allegedly revealed internal discussions regarding the MITB Premium Live event and the frontrunner for the winner of the match, LA Knight. After spending some time in NXT, LA Knight moved to the main roster as Max Tuprai in January 2022 and formed the stable Maximum Male Models with Mansoor and Mace. Maxine Dupri soon joined the trio, but Max eventually left and reverted to the LA Knight persona. Zero News has reported that discussions are going on currently about whether to cut the Money in the Bank PLE from 2023. The report added that if the PLE gets cancelled, the matches will likely take place at WrestleMania instead. WWE are currently discussing whether to cut the MITB PLE in 2023. If they do cut it, we will find out before WrestleMania. Both MITB matches would then be on Night 1 and Night 2 of the going forward. As it stands right now, Blood Knight is the frontrunner for the briefcase next, reported Zero News. Blood Knight was recently targeted by Bray Wyatt on Friday Night SmackDown and looks set to be Wyatt's first feud since the latter's return. Fans are very excited to see the two feud. Mr. Money in the Bank 2022 Austin Theory recently joined the unfortunate list of stars who lost after cashing in their MITB briefcases. Theory cashed in his contract against United States champion Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago. However, Bobby Lashley interfered and ended up costing Theory the match. The decision to make Austin Theory Mr. ITB 2022 was met with mixed responses from fans. While some were happy to see a young star get this opportunity, others believe he wasn't ready yet, especially with Roman Reigns as the WWE Universal Champion. Comment down below and let us know your thoughts on LA Knight potentially becoming Mr. ITB 2023. WWE bringing back two formerly released stars to work with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is currently one of the hottest acts in WWE. The former Universal Champion has been involved in an intriguing storyline since returning, which could also feature the return of two formerly released stars. The Eater of the World's return at Extreme Rules was preceded by his Firefly Funhouse characters coming to life, which led many to speculate that Wyatt won't be working alone in his current run with WWE. A recent report from WrestleVotes further backed those speculations, stating that the SmackDown star has requested Triple H to bring back Eric Redbeard, failed Eric Rowan, and Bo Dallas to work with him. Providing an update on the situation, Zero News on Twitter stated that while there is no confirmation on the duo re-signing with WWE, the company has been in constant communication with both Dallas and Rowan. Eric Rowan and Bo Dallas have been in touch with WWE as of recent. I cannot confirm they have signed yet, but I was told talks have progressed well, and Wyatt wants them both involved in his story. Bray Wyatt stunned the wrestling world at Extreme Rules last month as he returned to his old hunting ground after more than a year away from the squared circle. The former Universal Champion was assigned to SmackDown upon his return and is a prominent member of the Blue brand. Since returning, he has displayed a new side of himself, stating time and time again how grateful he is to be back. On numerous occasions, he has also been interrupted by the mysterious Uncle Howdy, who seemingly wants him to embrace his darker side. After weeks of being in a battle with himself, Bray Wyatt kick-started his first feud on the Blue brand last week. The former Universal Champion interrupted late night during a backstage interview. After a war of words between the two, Bray headbutted the 40-year-old to the ground. If Wyatt's recent promos are anything to go by, the Eater of the Worlds could be more dangerous than ever. The Bloodline, dubbed the greatest faction of all time. The Bloodline has been dominating WWE for months, with Roman Reigns at the top of the pedestal. Faction member and WWE veteran Paul Heyman believes that no other faction in history has made more of a box office impact than the group. In his latest Instagram post, he added that the faction's championship success is unparalleled. Greetings from the Island of Relevance, your #Tribal Chief, and now we're discussing this morning how, all false humility aside, no other faction has ever even come close to the box office impact and championship success that has been achieved by the #Bloodline. Drew McIntyre is set to reignite his feud with the Bloodline once again. On last week's episode of SmackDown, he assisted the Brawling Brutes in their brawl with Roman Reigns and his faction member. In an exclusive interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling, the former WWE champion claimed that he might have to get UC if he wants to beat the Tribal Chief. He further praised the honorary use, adding that it's hard not to chuckle at the former Intercontinental Champion's humor. McIntyre said, "He's Sami Zayn done a great job," McIntyre said. "As much as I've got beef with the Bloodline, it's hard not to chuckle at Sami. Clearly, the Bloodline can't stop themselves from chuckling either every time he opens his mouth or talking about getting UC. Maybe that's what I need to do. I had Roman beat for a clear 3 count at Clash at the Castle. The Elders sent Solo to protect Roman, to make sure he kept the title. I clearly need to put together an army or something to take them down, or maybe I just need to get UC." Expect McIntyre to cross paths with Reigns, Zayn, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa once again at the upcoming Survivor Series War Games Premium Live event. Judging by the latest reports, former Universal Champion Kevin Owens is set to be the 5th member to join Sheamus, McIntyre, and company. Fierce rival to dethrone Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is at the height of his power in WWE and has shown no signs of slowing down. This has led Drew McIntyre to join forces with Sheamus in an attempt to take down the Tribal Chief. Drew and Sheamus are two of the fiercest rivals in the pro wrestling industry. The two have faced off against each other on numerous occasions. However, the Scotsman came to the aid of Sheamus on SmackDown last week, helping the Brawling Brutes in their battle against the Bloodline. Speaking on the Rick and Cutter show, McIntyre stated that he and the Celtic Warrior are back on the same page as they want to usurp Roman Reigns as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Finally, Sheamus and I had a little chat, just about his wedding time because he needed a best man, McIntyre said. Got back on the same page and realized, what the hell are we doing fighting? We need to be fighting together, not against each other, because we need to save wrestling. We need to save those world championships and get them off Roman. The Bloodline is one of the most dominant factions in WWE history, are Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa. Every member of the villainous faction have gold around their waist and together. They certainly seem unbeatable at the moment. However, the heel faction was confronted by a returning Sheamus and Brawling Brutes on the previous edition of SmackDown. The trio were soon joined by Drew and McIntyre, as the former WWE champion has a score to settle with the Bloodline. During the aforementioned interview, McIntyre stressed that he helped Sheamus and company because someone needs to take down Roman Reigns and his stable. It's pretty cool to be back side by side with them. Everybody knows on the TV shows Drew and McIntyre and Sheamus are deadly together, but deadly together could make us turn on each other at given point and start fighting each other. We're back on the same page just in time, because somebody has to take down the Bloodline. The two groups are heading towards a 5-on-5 War Games match at Survivor Series. Kevin Owens leaving WWE for Hollywood. WWE superstar Kevin Owens might become another name to transition from a professional wrestler to a full-time actor. According to recent reports, he is set to make his acting debut next year. In 2015, Kevin Owens moved from NXT to the main roster as he had a trilogy of matches with John Cena. Later, he added the Intercontinental Championship and became the second-ever Universal Champion on WWE Raw, with the help of his mentor Triple H. However, the past few years haven't been as fruitful as his early years under the old regime. Kevin Owens has some major plans for the following year as he is set to make his acting debut. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Owens, provided an update on Owens' plans. Owens makes his acting debut in the 2023 series on Quebec television. The show is a French-language show on Crave called Bon Matin Chuck, Good Morning Chuck, directed by J.F. Rivard, who has a very good reputation as a TV director in Quebec. Rivard and two of the producers, Lou Belanger and Marine Mendier, are wrestling fans, and because of that asked for Owens on the show. His scenes for 2023 have already been filmed. It will be interesting to see Owens make his transition from wrestling to acting. SmackDown superstar Liv Morgan recently made her television debut in Chucky. The Bloodline is currently dominating WWE, and no superstar has been able to stop Roman Reigns' tyranny on both brands as the world champion. This week, the Brawling Brutes returned to its full strength and went up against the Bloodline with the help of Drew McIntyre and KO. Do you want to see Owens enter War Games? Sound off in the comments section.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing